Welcome to The Code, your guide to health and human performance. I'm your host, Dr. Andrew Fix from Physio Room, a performance-based rehab facility here in Denver. On this podcast, we're going to explore the key areas of your life that impact your overall health and wellness, from sleep hygiene and stress management to nutrition, movement, relationships, and more. We bring you conversations with industry experts and top performers to share strategies they have for cracking the code on health and human performance. Now let's get to today's show. Hello, everybody. Dr. Andrew Fix with Physio Room. Another episode of The Code. I'm excited to be here. I'm going to be talking to you guys about a topic that I'm really passionate about today. And it's this idea of striving for progress over perfection. Part of the reason I'm really passionate about it is because this has been something that has plagued me, and I'm still working on it, but I've slowly gotten better at what we're about to talk about here. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, wherever you're listening from, however you're listening, whether it's on Apple or Spotify or wherever you're finding this, YouTube. I appreciate you being here and tuning in to listen. So what we're going to do is talk about why striving for progress over perfection is better to ultimately help you achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. We're on this goal setting kind of path here. We've done a couple episodes on goal setting. So we're going to kind of continue that trend. And so many people, you guys, are hindered by this idea of waiting until things are perfect before they implement anything, or waiting for the perfect timing to do anything, whatever that might be. Whether that's asking a girl to dance on the dance floor, whether that's, deciding, should I apply for this job? Should I leave this job? When should I start my new gym membership? New Year's resolutions are a great example of this, right? Why is January 1st or 2nd, the best time to start something? It's probably one of the hardest times to start something, quite frankly. Depending where you would live. I mean, you're still going through the holidays. Holidays are busy for most people. Depending where you live, the weather sucks. I mean, it's a miserable time to be driving in Wisconsin, where I'm from, drive to the gym. It's icy, snowing. The weather's terrible. Man, it sounds a lot more enjoyable to start something in the summertime to me. But it's this idea of we're waiting for the perfect time. We're waiting for the timing to just be perfect, where, okay, now I'm finally going to be able to do this, or next year I'll do that thing that I really have been looking forward to, rather than just starting now. So that doesn't mean you need to have it all figured out when you get started. There's this saying, shoot the gun and then ride the bullet type of thing, where as long as you just start making the steps to move you in the direction of where you want to go, you can course correct and you can improve your process along the way. We talked about process goals versus outcome goals. You'll never get to the outcome if you don't at least start the process, right? So if you're thinking to yourself, wow, I've had this happen to me, where I've been wanting to do something and I've just procrastinated and waited until something was better, the timing was better, or something was more perfect for you to actually do it. You guys, I've done that with this podcast. We had plans to start this podcast a long time before it actually ended up happening, because I was trying to make sure that everything was perfect before we actually just started recording everything. We had the mic, we had the logo, we had all this stuff, and it just didn't happen. And time passed, and you just kept turning the pages of the calendar. Time kept passing, and we just didn't put it into place because I was waiting for the process to be perfect, rather than just getting started and showing up and getting out there. And then, we can improve it along the way. I kind of have done this with individual episodes of the podcast. It is so much easier for me, you guys, to sit down, whether it's on Zoom or in person, and interview one of these awesome guests that we've had on this show on The Code. Some of the people we've had on here are just really fun to talk to. And it's just really easy for me to have a conversation with them, and we just record it and we see where that conversation takes us. And hopefully you guys are finding that, these conversations are really insightful and helpful, because we've got some really awesome guests that we've interviewed, and more to come. The harder episodes for me are these ones, are these solo episodes, because, I don't know if I'm worried about, is the message that I'm trying to relay, is that going to resonate with people? Are people going to like what I'm saying? Am I saying something that people are interested in? Am I going to mess up my words like I just did right there? Like, if I waited until everything was perfect and I had the perfect script for every one of these episodes, I would never record one, and we'd never get this done, and we'd never be able to talk to you guys. So like, I've done that. I've waited and procrastinated episodes until the point where I just like was up against the clock and I had to get it submitted. Otherwise it wouldn't have been posted in time for you guys to hear it. So this is just me basically saying, like, the timing or the environment or the situation may never be perfect. And when we try to strive for that, now that doesn't mean you can't get like perfect scores at things. Like if you got like a 100 on a test in school, yeah, technically that's perfect. But that doesn't mean you know everything about everything. Like, there's always an opportunity to learn more, to get smarter, to get better at certain things, skills and talents that you have. Like, there's always an opportunity to improve. Even for people that have reached like the ultimate level of success, like there's nobody, it's NBA season playoffs right now. There is nobody in the NBA that has taken a lot of free throws that has a 100% perfect free throw percentage. Like, the best percentages in the league are like 91, 92%. And I think a lot of these players are actually on the Golden State Warriors, but, they're constantly trying to improve. They're focusing on progress and trying to improve their free throw shooting like routine to make more baskets. They're not, they're trying to make 100%. They're striving for it, but they know they're probably not going to get there. But that doesn't prevent them from taking those practice shots and from shooting the free throws. They're showing up and they're doing it over and over again. So that's what I would encourage you to do, is if there's something that you've been hoping to achieve or wanting to do, whatever that is, writing a book, running a marathon, losing weight, asking a girl to dance or a guy to dance, asking somebody to dance, there's never going to be a perfect time to get started at that. And the only way to ensure that you're going to make progress to it is just to take that first step and just to start. Right. And that's the hardest part. Correcting along the way is a little easier, but just starting is the hardest part. But what's going to happen is you're going to run into like little obstacles along the way. And knowing that going in is going to help you overcome them when the day comes and the time comes that those things happen. And that's going to help you build resilience. And that's going to help you be stronger for when the next obstacle comes, and you're going to be able to break through that one. And then you'll be stronger for when the next obstacle comes. Even if these obstacles get bigger and badder along the way, you're going to be more resilient to overcoming those and breaking through those barriers because you've done it before. Even if the obstacle is not the same thing, like you've been there before, you've ran into some hurdles. All right, I can do this. I can get past this. And it's going to help you build that resilience, right? And that's just going to help you continue to make progress and continue to strive towards whatever your outcome is that you're looking for. So then something else I want to touch on, like along this same topic, is, who are you communicating with and who are you taking advice and getting direction from? Because a lot of times, we seek out the counsel of other people, whether that's friends or family or whoever that might be. And not always are those people the ones who are actually out there doing the thing that you're hoping to do, right? And we a lot of times, take advice and take information from these people, and sometimes it holds us back because they like give us a sense of caution, or they maybe like tell us to pump the brakes a little bit on like a big idea that we have, and that's not always in, your best interest of like actually achieving the thing that you want to achieve. If the person that you're asking is not someone who's actually out there, like in the arena, right? Like the man in the arena, if they're not actually someone who's out there, like doing the thing and pushing themselves out of their comfort zone, just like you're thinking about doing, that's maybe not the person that you should be seeking out advice from on this particular topic. Now, that doesn't mean you don't communicate with that person. Maybe that's your family. Maybe that's a good friend. That just means, like, for this thing that you're wanting to do, is this the best person that you should be talking to? Like, are they doing what you want to do, or are they supporting you in your idea? Or Or are they preventing you from getting started and making some progress over perfection? Right. So just like sit with that for a second and see, like, how does that feel to you? Does that make you feel uncomfortable? It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. Because I've been one of these people who has a lot of times, been guilty of like being a perfectionist in looking for the perfect opportunity in the perfect time to do something, or making sure something that I'm writing is like perfect before I submit it or post it. At the end of the day, it's okay to make mistakes. People will forgive you. If I record one of these podcast episodes and it may be this one, who knows, and it's just like a total flop and it sucks, well, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to be okay. Hopefully you guys, whoever are listening to this, would forgive me. And at the end of the day, we're just making progress and we're trying to improve 1 week at a time, 1 month, 1 year at a time, in striving for our goal. But if I wait for the time to be perfect, I'm never going to do it, because, human beings, we're not perfect. And no one should expect us to be. Do we want to do really well? Yes, of course. Of course we do. But that doesn't mean we have to be perfect. So go out there, strive for progress over perfection, right? Progress over perfection, and make little corrections and change of directions along the way to help you get where you're looking to go. There's never going to be a perfect time. If you've been hoping to, start a new workout program, start it tomorrow, right? Put the plan in place today, start it tomorrow, schedule it in. You don't have to wait for January 1st, or you don't have to wait for the school year to end, or whatever, that perfect thing, because then we're just allowing more obstacles to come in the way, other things to kind of happen in our life. There are always going to be things that pop up that are going to throw us off track, and just making a little bit of progress is going to put you in the right direction. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode on the code. I hope you found something in this that kind of resonates with you and helps you move towards whatever goal or accomplishment you're looking for. Even if that's just waking up tomorrow with a smile on your face, it doesn't matter. No matter how large or small the thing is that you're hoping to achieve, I hope you achieve it. And again, thank you for your time of tuning in to this episode of The Code. We will catch you next time.